Do you know that person? The one who always cancels plans at the last minute? The one who sends that text message you've probably gotten a million times? Hey, so sorry. Not feeling it today? Maybe next time. Society has a few names for these people. We call them flaky. We call them rude. Or antisocial. Or just plain boring. But what if I told you there's a deeper truth that most people completely miss? They're not avoiding you. They're protecting their energy. If you're someone who feels a wave of relief, not regret, when plans get canceled, if the thought of a quiet night at home genuinely excites you more than a crowded night out, then this video is for you. Because society might call you boring, but psychology calls you something else entirely. And we're going to dive into what's really happening inside your mind. Let's start with the basics. Some people recharge their batteries through stimulation. Think about it. Noise, crowds, constant movement, even a little bit of chaos. This is how extroverts typically reset their nervous system. They plug into the world to feel alive. But for others, the exact opposite is true. They recharge through stillness, quiet, and solitude. For these people, every single conversation, every social gathering, even the fun ones with people they love, is slowly draining their mental and emotional battery. And for them, home isn't just a place of comfort. It's the only charger that actually works. Psychologists have a name for this fundamental difference. It's called optimal arousal theory. It sounds complicated, but the idea is simple. Every person's nervous system has a unique sweet spot for stimulation. Some nervous systems are wired to need more stimulation to feel engaged and alive. Without it, they feel bored and restless. Others have a nervous system that is naturally more sensitive. They need less stimulation to feel safe, calm, and grounded. For them, too much noise or social interaction can quickly become overwhelming. So, when someone chooses to stay home, it's not a moral failing. It's not laziness. It's not fear. It's biology. It's how their brain is literally wired. But introversion isn't the whole story. There's another powerful psychological reason many people love staying home. It's about control. Think about what happens the moment you step outside your front door. The world becomes unpredictable. There's traffic you can't control, loud noises you didn't choose to hear, conversations you might not care to have. There are countless energy demands that you never agreed to. Your environment is no longer yours. But at home, everything changes. You control the lights. You control the sounds. You control the temperature, the smells, the entire mood. For someone with a highly sensitive nervous system, or for someone who struggles with anxiety, this sense of control isn't a luxury. It's a fundamental tool for survival. Home becomes a sanctuary where the mind can finally let its guard down, relax, and stop having to constantly react to an unpredictable external world. It's a predictable space in an often chaotic world, and that predictability is incredibly calming. And here's something that society rarely talks about, but science has proven time and time again. Research consistently shows that people who genuinely enjoy and seek out solitude tend to be more creative, more introspective, and are often better problem solvers. When you choose to stay home, you're not doing nothing. That quiet time is fertile ground. It's where scattered thoughts finally connect. It's where new ideas have the space to form. It's where you finally gain clarity on problems that have been bothering you for weeks. Just think about it, great breakthroughs, great art, and great ideas are rarely born in loud, crowded rooms. They're born in the quiet moments, maybe at 2 a.m. in total silence, when the rest of the world has finally shut up and your mind has the freedom to wander. Yet our culture doesn't celebrate this. We're constantly bombarded with messages that tell us happiness looks a certain way. It looks like being busy. It looks like being social. It looks like being seen, being out there, posting about our adventures. Your social media feed is a highlight reel of parties, travel, and group activities. But what if your version of the best life is a fascinating documentary, a warm home-cooked meal, and a calendar with 0 obligations? That's not sad. It's not a failure. It's a profound form of self-awareness. It's knowing what truly nourishes your soul and having the courage to choose it, even when the world tells you that you should want something else. Now, this next part is incredibly important, and it requires a moment of honest self-reflection. It's crucial to understand the difference between choosing solitude and being trapped by it. Some people stay home because it genuinely nourishes and recharges them. Others stay home because the world feels too heavy, too scary, or too overwhelming to face. For this second group, home stops being a sanctuary and starts becoming a cage. It's a place of avoidance, not a place of peace. So take a second and ask yourself honestly, do you stay home because it fills you up, because it brings you joy and peace? Or do you stay home because the thought of leaving feels completely overwhelming? One is a choice for peace. The other is a pattern of hiding. If you feel like you're in the second category, where home has become a prison of anxiety, that's a sign that it might be time to seek support. Talking to a friend, a family member, or a mental health professional can help you find ways to make the world feel safe again. There is no shame in asking for help to break free from that cage. But if you are someone who truly loves staying in, who chooses it freely and without guilt, I want you to hear this loud and clear. You are not missing out. You are simply living differently. You are tuned into a different frequency of joy. You find happiness not in grand gestures, but in small, meaningful rituals. The simple pleasure of your first cup of coffee in the morning, in your favorite mug, the familiar comfort of your specific spot on the couch, the quiet beauty of watching the way the sunlight hits the wall at sunset. These are the details and moments that most people, in their rush to be busy, are too distracted to ever notice. Psychologists refer to this as a low stimulation preference. People with this trait don't need the world to constantly entertain them, because their inner world is already rich, complex, and deeply engaging. They can find fascination in a book, a thought, or just the quiet hum of their own home. So if you're the person who turns down invitations without a shred of guilt, if a solo Saturday feels like the ultimate luxury, if you choose comfort over chaos every single time, I need you to know that you are not broken. You are not weird. You are not failing at life. You are simply wired for depth over noise, for peace over performance. You have discovered what truly refuels you, and you honor that need. That's a strength, not a weakness. I'm curious to know where you stand on this. Tell me in the comments, do you prefer staying home, and do you feel it's a sign of self-awareness? Or do you think it's often just an excuse to avoid life? Let's have a real conversation about it. And if you want to explore the psychology that explains those hidden parts of yourself that no one ever seems to talk about, the next video we've prepared will hit even harder than this one. Click on it. I promise, you'll understand yourself on a whole new level. Thanks for watching.